Okay, it looks like we're live. That's official. Dang, where's my freaking... All right. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I'm going to plug myself in real quick. I was recording a little bit earlier. See what this looks like. Okay, boom. I didn't actually plan on going live on Zoom, but I'm here. So for that reason, I'm going to show you a little bit of the chart. We're going to talk a little bit about the current energies right now. The moon just shifted into Capricorn. I literally just recorded a fucking fire video. Fire, super duper fire. It's going to already come out on Premiere. Oh, excuse me, I'm a little bloated, so forgive me there. We're going to talk a fire video. What I want to do off the rip is kind of like just share this screen real quick and show you what's happening on the map right now. So welcome. I'm curious. I want to make sure that this is all sharing on screen. How you feeling tonight? How you feeling today? And my question is, to start, go ahead and jump on the voting and vote. Like, do you feel lighter? Do you feel a sense of relief, a sense of like the future is going to be a little bit better than what it has been? Do you sense some of that energy right now? Take a vote on that poll and let me know. If you feel like you're ready for your future, go ahead and tap that. If you feel like, no, I still need to cleanse, tap that. We're still in Pisces season. It's a good time to do it. All right. You feel like you're moving too fast, you wouldn't be the only one. All right. We've been all taking quantum leaps. What does quantum leaps look like? For starters, my gut has been jacked up. That's part of a quantum leap. You ever seen like the spaceship show where they go quantum drive and somebody always gets sick? This is what just happened with all of the understanding that we've just had, just like flood our entire system, especially our subconscious mind. Our subconscious mind just got flooded with so many of our natural talents, our natural abilities, our supernatural abilities. Okay, we just got flooded with this as a download. And this is coming from your ancestors, from your guardians, from your personal angels, from God, who you find and who you deem worthy, or the one, or who and whatever you want to call it. So my point behind this is be kind with yourself, be gentle with yourself. Okay. That's going to be important. Be kind and gentle with yourself. In this stage, oh crap, I just realized that I'm freaking watching myself. All right. So in this stage, forgive me, that was awkward. I always like to really never avoid the elephant in the room. So what does this mean with our part of fortune being in Capricorn in the 4th house? Moving over to excuse me. Excuse me. I told you I was bloated. I had to honestly drink some tequila to help myself digest. I ate meat for the first time after like, I don't know, 5 days or so, because my stomach was literally just loose. This is these quantum leaps that I'm talking about. Like, my stomach was legit loose. And as a part of that, like, it's like that part didn't survive. And also I want you to understand this, that like everybody didn't survive. Like, people physically died during the quantum leaps that we just went through. All right. Like I said again, and I can't really say it any kinder in these days, because I have to speak clearly and truthfully with the receipts, with accuracy. And that is that the 3D world is converging, okay, with other densities, 4th density, 4D, 5D, 6D, 4th density, 5th density, 6th density. And what that looks like is your body at this point would have went through a complete and total molecular makeup, right? Like a DNA upgrade. And that makes me kind of look at wherever Taurus is at as the body. And it says Uranus, which is like, again, bringing us into the future, causing a certain rebellion, even within the body, or even within our 5 senses: touch, smell, taste, sight, okay, hearing. Okay. These five senses, you would have gotten an upgrade. All right. One of the examples that comes to mind right now is when I was young and I went to like the Indian reservation, and they talked about how they would listen to animals. So like when I do this, if you do this right now, literally just towards the camera, I want you to realize that as you talk the same volume, however, as you direct your ears, even with the same volume, it seems like I'm talking louder to myself right now, but it's not true. You can also do the same thing, vice versa, backwards, so I can help myself hear something behind myself. Okay. Same thing. If you wanted to hear something directly from the left side only or the right side only, you can close that up. So this is one of those ways where I mean, like the body has gone through these upgrades. Okay. And some of these upgrades are actually were in the home. Okay. They were not only in the home, but like with the people that you share certain resources with. Currently, right now, somebody you share resources with, think about how that may affect your body. Think about how you may need to surrender to sharing a bed with somebody. All right. A certain comfort that your body wants. What changed in your home with you and potentially a partner, Taurus being like somebody who wants a partner? What changed? What shifted? That becomes like in the moment, like that becomes the question for me. What changed? What shifted within your intimate partnerships that went down? Okay, again, this could be in the home. This is just part of what the data is reading. That honestly, as this, I look at it, it's like it's a harmonious aspect. As a blue line goes down, it's actually harmonious, and somehow this is helping you build the legacy of your home. If you were willing to not be stubborn, that fixed sign of Taurus. Now, the opposite and the difference of what I want to also talk about is, which I'll share my screen once more because this is actually really the bigger line. That was a little bit of what should be easy in a sense. Now, this line, Chiron, these wounded healer at 11 degrees, all right? Excuse me. Excuse me, I'm telling you, bloated, bro. Whoa. Get those demons out. I've been realizing my body's catching up with this upgrade. Who and out of your friends, your friend group, your friend circle, 11th degree Chiron, who out of your friends has been helping you to heal certain wounds that you've had in your partnership? Somebody in your network or your extended network, okay, is actually helping you with your gains, helping you with your hopes and your dreams by you healing a certain relationship with either just a friend, romantic interest, or business partner. That is making, again, part of your fortune come up really, really quickly. As for maybe these are people actually that were in your home. Okay, people that have actually visited your home itself, being in the fourth house here, that has given you a certain fortune. So today, if I give you an example, today I just got a call to fill in a spot to be one of 8 presenters on a virtual reality, which is 11th degree, right? This is 11. Literally 11 is technology. It is the future, everything Aquarian. And today I got invited to speak, and I said, hey, is this going to be like a Zoom? And they were like, no, it's going to be nothing like Zoom. And I got sent a link that was actually like about virtual reality straight up, and me presenting somehow, some way where I have to do a test run prior because it's just so brand new. It's 11th house, and I'm going to be doing that from my home, literally. But on top of that, ironically, Aries, I'm going to be doing it from my new home based off when the date is at. It's going to be in my new home, and it's a part of my fortune. And we have set up my online business, okay, YouTube being a main component of that, as well as like backdoor things I'm doing, like the retreat for women. We are running a retreat, all right? 8 people will be invited. 8 women, more specifically, will be invited down here in Mexico. So I want to kind of like state that if you are interested in really embracing your dark feminine energy, I want you to go ahead and do it and say that. I see a comment that just came in with Missy. Aries 4th house, 3 days before the full moon. I went into a deep space of healing and childhood wound. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yo, this is coming back. It's catching up with people because what happened is Pisces season, the downloads are so big with Pisces. Understand that Pisces is this infinite source of everything and nothing all at the same time. So what's happening, even though we're in Aries season, we have that forward moving cardinal energy want to push us. Everything else in the sky is still earth, water, or wind. So there's not a lot of that firepower to get the engine rolling. So we've all kind of like had a moment to receive legit angelic downloads, deep wounded healing. Wait till you see what happens tomorrow. I'm going to explain a little bit of that. Got the video. I put a premiere on it. Check the premiere video for the Capricorn moon. Right now, the moon just went into Capricorn, because you're going to have fated connections happen tomorrow, which are fated and also intimate. But I see big wealth and investments kind of coming in if you play your energy right. So definitely check tomorrow. Save that as your premiere. I already put it out, so you can premiere that. But let me read this real quick as well. The day after the full moon, I was stung multiple times by scorpions. You told me that. It's crazy, right? Talk about a rebirth brought into the physical. So for me, right? For me, Aries is like responds by the gut. Okay, responds by the gut. And 1111 on screen with a 100% over here. Wow. Aries responds with the gut. Okay. But my Mars, who runs Aries, is in Cancer, which is literally the stomach. So my instinct has become one of my senses that has developed with Uranus and Taurus, bringing me into the future of my own intuitive abilities to be able to feel in my body my intuition, which is all earth signs, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. They feel sensations in their body. However, for me, I like didn't have access to that ability. Like my earth type placements are like where I'm leaning and growing towards. So I didn't used to have that. So one of those upgrades for me, which needed to literally shift on a molecular level my body, which is why Missy in here would have probably got bit by a scorpion 4 times or multiple times, because that would have caused a certain shock to the body, certain venom, certain deposits of that scorpion venom would have been placed into her body, which would force her body to go through a molecular change. For me, God kind of does this by like making sure that I get benched. I usually like somehow manifest an injury that slows me down because I'm so much firepower. I need like accidents, like my pinky toe stubbed like 2 weeks ago, just starting to heal now, and freaking my bike tire getting like completely destroyed for like 45 minutes in the middle of traffic. So I got slowed down in different ways, as well as my gut, okay, which Aries stores its instinct with emotion and passion and fuse it all together to make really quick, decisive, bold, leader type decisions. My gut was empty. I was shitting nothing but I was leaking like a fire hydrant out the ass. Okay. Not even to be overly disgusting, but like you get the image. Like that's what it's been for mad long. And then I finally had to just keep eating bread, keep eating carbs, like freaking flaxseeds, trying to like get more soluble fibers in my body so that I can like harden my poop, because it was just nothing but a fire hydrant. So my gut was clearing out the nostalgia that Cancer has. Cancer has a certain nostalgia that helps it recognize what old threats were so that it can recognize future threats and know how to navigate it side to side. So with Cancer running my Mars, my instinct had to clear my gut in order to receive this download from me. See, she says here, it was getting stung multiple times in a full moon by a scorpion, causing some type of anaphylactic or some type of shock to her body that would have changed and altered her course or alter her body so that she was able to undergo that genetic makeup. Understand that everybody did not make this transit. People all over the world have died, okay, going through this rebirth process. So I want to really say congratulations. As I sip my tequila, I would like to say congratulations. Everything that you once thought you knew, chill the fuck out. Because you're coming into a whole brand new knowledge of what your resources are, what you have at your disposal. You're starting to realize that, you are ready for the future. Okay? You're legitimately ready for the future. You're starting to realize that, the cleansing stage is still happening. You're still healing with all that Pisces energy in the sky, but it's soon to leave. It will soon go into, Aries will soon go into, Mercury will soon go into Aries. I wonder when that is. I don't know, but I feel like I'll get lost if I try to look now. But then you have the Sun in Aries and Mercury in Aries. Okay, things will start to change. Things will start to change. I think the next one that will go there would be Venus and Aries. Things will start to really change. That new season, that cleansing season is pretty much done. It's over with. Um, very soon, if you aren't already, you're going to start moving very fast. So right now, what's important is to make sure that you get your plan together of what does looking at your legacy from the top down look like. This is the end of March astrology. In about 4 more days, you're going to start running so fast. Okay. You're so ready for the future. But with Aries energy, you have to understand with the moon right now in Capricorn, Capricorn is very old. It's like your fucking grandpa who knows how to manage billionaire wealth. And Aries is very young. And it's like the creativity that you need in order to get started. Okay, cardinal sign energy started, both cardinal energies, so they're both going to push to get started on what billionaire wealth looks like, right? So you feel me? What that might look like Aries, you need that infant like creativity. 0 to 2 years old is Aries. When I learned Aries 0 to 2, I understood myself so much more. Like I knew I was a kid, but like, no, I'm a fucking baby, yo. But Capricorn is coming in to make that baby, to guide that baby energy with wisdom to learn how to use the resources that you currently have. So if I kind of like hop back in real quick to see what's going on here, foreign affairs, okay, 27 minus 12 is what, 15? 12 is 3. So foreign affairs, there's media outlets that are still happening, and we're going to be seeing a little bit of ease in the media because as a collective people, Aquarius, we are starting to really engage in our more creative talents, the talents that are more heartfelt, and bringing our narrative out. So what this looks like for me, because this is happening in 2 degrees, this is happening in Saturn and Venus. If I see correctly, Saturn, no shit, that could be the vertex. That's the vertex and Saturn, because Venus is over here. So what that means is we're actually starting to take a little more with the news that we're seeing, especially I would say foreign affairs. Ukraine is probably the biggest thing happening in the news right now. So foreign affairs are having a little bit of harmony with people starting to share their creative talents and abilities, and using really attaching to their heart, but also from a way where they're more detached, so they can be logical on really devising strategies to help out in their own unique and individual way with the world. So everybody, you think about it, like you have influencers. Aquarius is like gains, people with very large gains that their connections may have, maybe not them specifically, but people they're connected with. Those large gains are now allowing us to mature, okay, Saturn, in these foreign affairs and what it looks like through the media, Gemini. But you're also going to see, because Lilith is kind of a sign that you have to always consider it has a little bit of not a lot of love. Lilith isn't very loved. So you have to understand the dark side of Gemini. There's always a light and a dark. So there's a dark side of Gemini where people in the media will still use the narrative or the story for certain clickbait. Okay, so that's what this looks like. You might see foreign news that are still designed to help you with clickbait. This could even be something like if you happen to have a skill in using media to promote like a certain currency, like online coins or Bitcoins or crypto and stuff like that. You could be careful right now with media and using the internet where people might be phishing and trying to hack you. This is important right now. You might have foreign hackers who have a talent where to help their people and their culture. And let's say it's a poor country, but a fucking phenomenal hacker, they may end up helping, they may be using that creative talent of theirs, using the internet to, with their heart, all their might and joy, to help their people out. So that kind of is an interesting line, because if they're doing that, they're looking like it's looking really good for them, actually. So that's that. I mean, like the information reads what it reads. That is that. So I'll hop out of there for 1 second. And I want to ask you, like, what's happening right now in your life? Definitely type it in the chat. I want to get engaged with you. What's going on in your life? What would you like to share? What revelations make you feel like you're ready for the future? Because I see 5 people voted already that they're really ready for the future. Let me see what's happening. Mentor, bless you. Uniting ambition and wisdom. Yeah. Yeah, this is definitely happening. Ambition and wisdom is definitely happening. I almost feel like that's the Aries and the Capricorn energy today, right now. It's Aries sun making a realization on the grounded plan, the methodical ambition that Capricorn has. When you have both these four pushing energies, this is enough to make me get on live at nighttime at freaking 7:34 at night when I know I don't be doing shit like this. I don't come on the internet at night. I'm even got a freaking ring light on so that you can see me. I hate this type of stuff. But you know, it's that ambition. It's that ambition for the collective to share the wisdom, kind of like Missy said. So there's some what's also happening right now. Like I said, tomorrow this message is gonna come out more clear. So check the premiere. I want to even like drop it in here for y'all so y'all really can see like where it's at and you can press the reminder. I'm going to premiere that tomorrow, but I'm going to give you a little bit about what I was talking about today. So what this looks like is tomorrow you're looking to meet fated connections. Tomorrow you're going to meet fated connections, ladies and gentlemen. That's the link there. Y'all can click that. I almost want to kind of like give you like give you the title so you know what the hell's going on. Tomorrow you're looking like meeting fated connections that's going to help you in your romantic life. On some real talk, your romantic life and your creative expression, like all of the things that you do to shine, okay, on stage. Tomorrow is really looking like you're going to meet some fated connections, and they're likely to bring you major gains. Major gains. They're likely to bring you major gains. They're likely to help you out with real estate. If you're in the real estate industry right now, that's a good time to look at that. I know a lot of my friends and my connections and people are looking for to farm. Okay. You want to think about what does farming look like in the modern day, right? Because farming is like this old pastime thing, like, you know, this old hobby that, you know, we used to do as like you yourself. And then we got into the grocery stores and the marketing of all of that bullshit. That's again, that Lilith and Gemini marketing. Okay. Marketing, ninth house being foreign affairs and bringing social justice to the table. It's like the friends that I know that have like, especially like that have traveled out the country. Like, okay, so as a prime example, like I live out the country for the last 3 to 4 years or so. And it's like, what I learned about marketing and how certain countries market their products and their foods, which Taurus, Uranus and Taurus, it's very different. And what it's doing is it's getting people away from what? Foraging. What is foraging? Foraging is when like a country would use their own resources from their forest and they'll eat their own nuts and their own berries that just fall naturally from the trees on the ground. Okay, that's foraging. But foreign affairs and foreign marketing has now got people to has now gotten people to in India want to go buy white rice from England. And it's like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Like, you can't even afford to do this shipment. Why are you trying to keep up with the Joneses? And but it's foreign marketing. It's like England and European nations have convinced people who are eating their natural foods, which is one culturally relevant to maintain really the versatility of the culture and to keep it alive and to make sure that they realize that that's a unique thing to be able to forage and eat your own fruits and vegetables from your land and not have to be exporting and importing so much stuff, which is literally making the country poor. This is like foreign affairs and how media could have been used. But right now, people are becoming aware of this. And this is what's different. Sag Moon just went by. So you're now becoming aware of the fact that culturally, you shouldn't donate clothes anymore, because donating clothes are just going to get sent to Africa to give people clothes, which now takes a job away from an African fabric designer or an African shoemaker, because you donated your clothes thinking you were helping the people out, but in reality, you were hurting that country. Okay. And I hate to fucking use Africa as if it's the only fucking poor country, as if there's not places of wealth in Africa, because Africa still has wealth, even with everybody mining all their resources and wilding the fuck out. So let me step back and stop disrespecting Africa. As I sip agave, I'm like buck wild. Buck wild, baby. Let me see what Missy said. Going to a Healings Women's Circle tomorrow night. Wow. Okay, so this is getting at Aquarius, coming in, really connecting with your friends, okay? Because I guarantee, and for me, I'm here in Mexico, so I could do that for Arizona. I think she's in, and that would change everything. But it's fifth house here was like, I consider that a creative. Fifth house is Leo, right? This is the social circle. Literally, Leo is the social circle. So connecting with friends, unique people. She's going to Women's Circle to really gather in with their social circle. Look at that. Okay, that's pretty amazing, actually, because that, as I look at this chart, is there anything that goes specifically from that? Okay, Mars is going directly to partnerships and Aries and Chiron. Wow, Missy. Okay, so I just took a look at that. That's you using the group to heal your individual identity. Whatever parts of you have felt like you might have gotten stuck in a partnership, why you have gotten stuck into a husband or a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a slut. I don't mean to be rude. I'm not actually being rude. I'm just like, trying to keep it interesting, make you go, ooh, ah, ooh. But no, in all seriousness, I got nothing against the thoughts. Like, fuck it. They got to exist. Do you, boo-boo. We all had a phase. I was a thought. I had a thought phase. I was a thought before thought was a word. So I ain't got no judgment. But really to continue on, how that looked like, my question now is, what circles can you involve yourself with? Some tight-knit circles, something that doesn't have to be committal, right? Because Leo, fifth house is non-committal. So what kind of non-committal step can you take to join yourself in with other people in humanity? All right. For Missy right there, it was a woman's circle. If you do so right now, what's happening is Chiron is actually going through and going to bring you some lightning shocks and revelations around you healing your actual identity, the character of who you are. If you get into those circles, if you don't get into a circle, you don't connect with people right now. Like today, I felt like I had to go out and get ramen. I really didn't want to go, but I wanted to get ramen. And you know what? Like, I didn't really meet anybody special, but I did deal out some karma, and somebody hit my bike and they fucked up their car tremendously. Like, they dented their shit and it scraped across, and my bike is absolutely fine. I'm like, yeah, bitch, that's the bike of a motherfucking superhero. You feel me? So, I mean, they're gonna be mad as fuck later. I don't think they really realize how bad they fucked up their car, and my bike is literally fine. So Gemini third house, like, this is local movement. Locally, I was moving around. I didn't necessarily meet anybody, but right now Saturn is in Aquarius, which is where karma is dealt out. And I've been realizing, like, on the road, third house for me is Aquarius, third house. I'm third house Aquarius. On the road, I've been dealing out karma. That was literally one of them. And what's ironic is the exact part, excuse me, this bloating crazy. That exact part that car hit on my bike, 2-3 days prior, I just fixed that because my, the tape on your handlebar of those like road bikes, that tape on that handlebar, it was unraveled. And I just had the guy tape it with some black electrical tape. And that's the exact part, I shit you not, that dug into this person's car who drove into it and cut the corner and they kept driving. It dug all the way into their shit, all the way in. And then it scraped it for about 1.5 hands length. And it went in, though. It was dented. It wasn't just a scratch. It was a dent and a scratch. And it was like, wow, that happened. So whatever. That's a little bit of how that shit played out. Excuse me. What I would like to do from here is really just remind everybody listening that, yo, damn, bite made by Nokia. Yo, you funny as shit. Throw that thing at your forehead. Get out of jail free card. 4/14, that's my birthday. Coming up, baby. Birthday's coming up here in Mexico. Super excited about that. I'm super excited about my life. If I'm being honest, I'm super excited about the moves that are being made, that have been made. What I would like to remind you all is right now, Jesus, I'm telling you, I am bloated. I am so bloated. What I would like to tell you all right now, I'm going to get to the self-centered in a second. I've been burping a lot too. I think my throat chakras releasing stuff. Yo, like for me, it's like my gut, I'm straight bloated, yo. When you burp, I got a friend that calls these boogers, and boogers are like fully a release. Okay, so like I said earlier, like it's a little bit nasty, but like whatever. I was fire hydrant shooting water out of my ass for like 3 to 4 days, where like now I'm bloated because I had to eat so much bread to lock myself up. I finally locked myself up, and then I ate like no meat for like 4 or 5 days, and I ate a taco today, and then it got me bloated again. And I'm like, no, I didn't want to go back. So this is like that quick impulsive part of me. I was like, yes, finally I can eat food. And then it put me back again. But my point is, when you're burping, why this is happening, okay, because this is a human reason why it's happening, and I can get all pissed off about it. But I know the spiritual reason why all this stuff is happening. And we just all took some quantum leaps. We all just literally ascended ourselves into the future. You can't actually physically comprehend the DNA uploads and upgrades that you've gone through with Uranus and Taurus. You basically just have Palladian light, Palladian support come through, as well as angelic support. For me, it was a lot of angelic support. You had them all come through and literally help you upgrade your DNA. My body looks completely different. I only been here for 3.5 weeks. Excuse me. Oh, Jesus. I've only been here for like 3.5 weeks. My body has transformed entirely. Somebody told me today, like, yeah, you know what? You're like, you look really full. And they didn't mean full like the way I'm burping right now. They meant full in the way of like, my life is moving. I'm just on point. Intuition is godly. And it's like, look, I'm a life path 11, and I'm actually operating from that 11 energy. I'm actually operating from that double masculine 1-1 masculine energy, where I've spent a lot of time operating in that 2 energy, which would make the 1-1 make being 2 to play small and fall into this small bracket of ignoring my intuition, knowing what was what, and choosing to do something different that will basically please people, what a number 2 would come across. So I basically have evolved and transcended all of that shit. And as a part of that, it's happening at such a quick rate, a rapid rate, that my body, I kid you not, it couldn't hold anything anymore. I had to empty all my intuition out, which is stored in my gut, with my B being a triple Aries, but the gut Cancer being in my Mars, running all my Aries. Okay, it's like you got the boobs would be sensitive, but also the stomach where the womb is at. So it's like my gut, my womb, literally cleared out memory, because Cancer has a nostalgic memory, right? I made a little mention of this earlier, but for anybody that's in here new, jeez, telling you, it's been happening. The simplicity of it, I cleared my gut, I cleared my intuition. I got a brand new memory on how to navigate threats. Okay, this is the magic. Let me see if there's anything in Cancer to see. Okay, MC, look at that, on the career stage, psychological transformations. Yeah, absolutely. Look, I'm right now on the career stage. This is my career. You're seeing me how you see me, my reputation. My gut has been undergoing literally a psychological transformation, understanding that the gut is indeed connected. Okay, it is indeed connected with the brain, where psychological transformations would occur. Okay, so that's happened. I cleared it out. I got solid, and now I'm bloated. It is what it is. So like, I'm literally drinking tequila because it helps with digestion. No shit. Meanwhile, I just dropped in the chat the Dark Inner Peace Retreat down here in Mexico. We're taking 8 women. I would like to make that mention one more time. It's going down June 18th. All right. And it's going on June 18th. I see Missy's comment. My mom was an 11, born on 111. Yo, so Missy, I would like to have a conversation with you soon. We're gonna have to have an actual phone call talk. I'm not gonna text you. Ain't no texting bullshit happening. We gotta have a phone call, because when I tell you, from the last download we had when I was in Arkansas, thank God I'm not in Arkansas. And the last downloads I had when we were in Arkansas till now, man, because it plays into your mom being an 11 right now on some real shit, and it plays into your Aquarius moon. and it plays into a lot of shit. We got taught. So right now, this is going to be one of our Aquarius connections. One of my close circle people, girl Missy, still got to do that Grand Canyon shit or that camping shit, whatever it was. I don't know. My point being, there was something very important I want to tell you. Obviously, check out the retreat, check out the presentation. I designed it myself. It took a lot of time. All right. So just even if you don't come, check it out. But it is for women specifically. And we're really helping you to, as two masculine figures running the retreat, embrace your dark ass masculine, your dark ass feminine energy. All those parts about yourself that people told you couldn't be, fuck them. I'm here to tell you that you can be all that and more. Cancer 8th house. Damn, I feel that. Yeah, I got that Cancer 8th house. And it's been pulling up because Pluto and Capricorn has been affecting Cancer. Any Cancer placements you have, understand that Pluto and Capricorn has been affecting Cancer tremendously. Understand that. Let me look at the chart and see what's going on with that. So like today, that looks like a complete indirect, nope, very close opposition, yeah, to the part of fortune, but it's actually coming up in the 4th house. So really part of where our gains and our money and our resources that we gain from other people, where it's coming from, is by building your house. I mean, that's literally what I got. I got building your house. If that means something to you, tell me what it means in the chat. I don't know what the fuck that means right off the rip. I mean, I'm going into a new house next week, but I guess at the end of the day, like, I like my room a lot. I like my altar. I got about 4 altars in this room, and it's dope. It's super cozy. And I've undergone a super duper psychological transformation that I'm talking about right now in the 10th house, which is the MC where the Cancer is at currently. So that's how that could play out for me. But I see rapid developments. I mean, who knows? If I'm being honest, this rapid could be tomorrow. I plan on buying flights. Okay, which is going to be leading me to my new house, as I'm going to be moving to Puerto Escondido right before the retreat. So maybe that could be part of that, but I'm going to leave that alone because I don't really know what the hell all that's actually about. But maybe that meant something to somebody when they watch it. Jesus. But what I was trying to talk about was Pluto and Cap. Okay, right now it's actually over the degree of the mother. It's over the degree of the father, but it has an influence with your mother. There's a sextile happening between that and Neptune. I could share my screen. I'm being selfish. It's happening right here. Pluto 28th degree. This is you and your father. Okay. So what about you and your father has finally undergone a permanent transformation right before Pluto hops out of Capricorn? It's soon going to do it. Like 29 degrees is going to be there. That's going to be when shit really hits the fan. But right now you have some harmony happening between that and Neptune. Okay. So some shocks around what your day-to-day has, what the dream day-to-day life looks like. So right now, what this tell me is, what does your dream day-to-day look like in your home? All right. I want you to literally type that answer for me in your chat. If you were able to like potentially work from home or be known as somebody big, even from your house, like let's say you're a fucking star and you singing in your goddamn living room. Okay, maybe that's what you want to dream about. You don't want to be going on stage and on tour. You want you want millions of fans to watch on YouTube. If you dream about it, if you imagine it right now, Pisces right here, if you surrender to the fact that as a part of that, there's a certain duality to those two fish, which is cosmic and is ethereal and earthly. It's ethereal and mundane. So it's like, what this tells me, what are the earth? It's like, if you can dream it, you have to remember that you got to put your feet down. Literally, Pisces represent the feet. You have to put the feet down and grow roots, 4th house. You literally have to put the feet down, grow roots for a house. All right. About what did you learn from your father? I would say to your father specifically. What has your father specifically taught you that will, if you surrender to what your father has specifically taught you, what will that look like, and how can that possibly transform what you do every day to take care of your body? All right. Has your father probably told you that you were fucking fat and ugly? Okay. Cancer or Capricorn takes that shit very sensitively. Maybe your father said, yo, you fat, you ugly. All right. Did that hurt you in a way where it really stopped you from living more of your dream day-to-day life and taking care of your body? Because you're like, well, my father thinks I'm fat, so like I'm fucking fat. Or maybe it was something different, like, you know, your father told you that you should be a sex worker. Or maybe, I mean, not even to be crazy about it, but maybe with that Cancer eighth degree, that could have been like a certain incest in the family. Maybe you having a conversation with your father or not having a conversation with your father has stopped you from creating your dream body, your dream life, which is negatively impacting your mental health. To be honest, I hate to say it, but I got to call the information how I see it. And that's one of the things that I see, that somebody on here watching this could have, whether on the replay or live, undergone incest. And that incest, maybe not even with the father, but like somebody from the father's family, like the father's brother, you know, like an uncle or some shit. Maybe the father's brother or the father's sister has potentially, you know, created some or committed some heinous sexual act, and you found yourself really from that moment starting to find a relief, actually, because this is a sextile, starting to find a relief that's allowing you to every day take care of your mental health. You maybe now have let go and allow some of that darkness to transform, actually, which is what I see. You might allow some of that darkness to transform, which really would have took you to take the real steps, all right, the incremental steps, because Capricorn doesn't want anything that it doesn't deserve. So it's like you might have had to have some real conversations that have gotten you to a place of surrender, gotten you to a place where you want to start implementing yourself into groups, sharing your talent, sharing your creativity, talking about maybe even with foreigners right now with that ninth degree, that ninth house in Gemini, talking with foreigners, somebody you feel like that's not even close to you, somebody that's far away. By talking to them, you might actually be able to get a extra relief. Okay, that could be a really wise way to do that. All right, so you don't have to feel like, you know, you're gonna be judged, because Capricorn hates being judged, even though they're very judgmental on a different level. But I see some permanent transformation really having some harmony. Even if everything I just said, if it was incest, or anything, it didn't have to be just that. But if it was even just your potentially your father just like being the reason why you don't dream big. You feel what I'm saying? It don't gotta even be that deep with the incest. That's a stretch that was for somebody, but it could also simply be for the fact that um you know, your father was telling you, no, you should stay home, you should stay close to home. And it's like that really impacted you in a negative way, where it's like, no, dad, I wanna go to Rome, I wanna go to Greece, you know, I wanna live my life out in Indonesia and share, you know, my humanitarian efforts with by using my creative talents to bring peace to the people. That could have been some of your father, somebody somehow you caring about that image too much, of that was really set in your youth around 15, 16, them telling you no, understanding that this could have been one fucking time. All right. Right now, all this Pisces energy is requiring us to surrender. And also that includes the darkness that came with it, to surrender to all the dark narratives that you would have had to face or undergo or address. And if you're a woman, especially, this is a feminine energy, you know, if that looks like you having a scream in a fucking pillow, or cutting somebody off and getting out of your car and being like, fuck off. And it makes absolutely no sense, but that's what you needed to go through your healing process. That may be happening. I imagine something more like that in work. You know, maybe in work, you're sitting there thinking like you really want to fucking scream at that person. You're just like, one day you want to let loose and just be like, you know what? For the last 5 years, I wanted to tell you your fucking pussy stank. And it's like, whoa, whoa. Obviously, like it's so extreme, it's so wild that you can only dream of doing such a thing. But it's literally like Pisces dream of doing such a thing. And maybe now, like that justice in a sense on your career scale, you might be recently finding yourself getting justice in the workplace. Okay. literally you might find yourself getting justice in the workplace. So I ask you to say, have somebody been fucking with you in the workplace that you finally feel like you got justice for? Somebody for a long time that's been bothering you, at the core of who you are, at the root of your own emotional stability, they've been bothering you to a point where you're like, you I find you now finding ways to have very quickly rapid developments, rapid downloads on potentially how to even play well and, make the adjustments, whatever that is, and find a space of surrender, find a space of your dark feminine energy, allowing its own intelligence, no matter how crazy that might be, no matter how crazy it might seem, especially if you're a woman. I feel like I'm talking more to women right now. It might just mean you to be hurt. You pull over that one person, that one coworker right now and say, look, bitch, okay, look, bitch, I want to put you on blast with everybody, but I actually want to keep this private because it's in the fourth house, which is private at the workplace. So somebody in work, you might pull them over private and like, look, bitch, okay, I know what you did last summer. And I know what you did last summer. So as a part of that, I know I'm cheating because my spirit guides told me this. So I can't physically and tangibly prove this right now, but I know I'm right. And I see you're looking at me in the eye right now, and I know you see that I'm right. So I'm gonna call that shit out loud in the workplace if you don't stop doing that dumb shit, whatever that is. And then, you might really have the release, and you don't even gotta be that serious. I mean, I am an Aries. I'm a little bit more aggressive, I think, than most human beings. At least that's what I'm told. I mean, I don't really believe that, but whatever. And I don't really have coworkers, so I don't really worry about that too much. But I can imagine that happening right now. My daddy's coming to visit tomorrow. Wow, look at that. I'm literally rearranging my bedroom right now. Yeah, because right now with the home, you're looking at your home from a top-down approach. You might be looking at it where Virgo kind of would give, when the moon was in Virgo, it gave you more details. The full moon in Virgo gave you more details about the information, the data, the inhibition of thought, speech, blocks, walls. Yeah, break it all down. Adjustments don't seem measurable. If I'm earthbound, I got to roll with that space. Yeah. Did I freeze by chance? Did something weird happen on the screen? Like, I just want to let a brother know if that happened. And in the meanwhile, take a minute to go ahead and subscribe to my email list. I really appreciate that. I'm doing a lot of astro events on there. I got one that I just booked, a virtual reality tour coming up. I'm gonna be teaching the first virtual reality platform. It's pretty fucking dope. I don't even know what the fuck that means yet. I'm gonna find out on Sunday, and I'll let you guys know later. And I thank you all for voting for sure. So, meanwhile, I'm trying to really figure out, did I freeze? No, sure did. I sure did freeze. Okay. Check out my book, man. I got the free book in that email list. Check that out. Forgive, but never forget. Bless it. Save it for us when it's resolved within emotional turmoil, and appreciate the approach and the words. Peace and strength. Absolutely. Thank you, Secret. And, I want to give you a personal shout out for going ahead and showing up for yourself today. I'm going to leave it as simple as, you know what the fuck that means. And I'm happy for you. Pharaoh Love checking in. Yeah, for a second you froze. You back now. They can't keep the boy down forever. It is what it is. And the sun ain't gonna shine forever. What's that P. Diddy song? Somebody hit me with that verse. Sun ain't gonna shine forever. And that's what happened. Well, that's what this Sagittarius moon and Aries sun just showed us all. It showed us all that we really gotta honor our bright days. We really gotta honor the days that we shine. And we can't just put all the effort on the darkness. Okay. We can't put all the effort on the darkness. Scorpio South Node, okay, is requiring us to step out. This tomorrow will have a sextile with, thank you, you're welcome as well. This tomorrow will have a sextile with Capricorn Moon in the 7th house. Tomorrow you're going to be fated connections that's going to show you your fucking darkness, and you might overlook it. You might overlook the fact that, watch yourself tomorrow, okay? When you interact with somebody, I want you to watch yourself tomorrow. I want you to take more of an observatory standpoint. If you start acting really like shady, or even like you yourself, I'm not even talking about somebody acting shady with you. You yourself, if you yourself start acting shady, you yourself start seeing these irrational fears want to rise up tomorrow with the Scorpio Vertex in the 5th house, I would say, especially if you're dating somebody and you're not fully, you're not, y'all haven't been together too long, but you like them, you like them a lot. You feeling like, damn, you might be able to be somebody in my life. If you feeling that energy, then you might get triggered a little bit, but in a harmonious way on some real shit. Somebody in your, excuse me, friendship circle, uh, excuse me, yo, I gotta be honest. Sometimes it really sucks because all this shit is not me. Like I'm taking on other people's energy by accident. But you know what? God made me the way I was made, so fuck it. Fucking sipping agave. Fucking gangster. All right. So what I'm saying is like, that was last night, but yeah, we got more to get after. Yeah. So like, yeah. Because I noticed some of that shit happened today in my life, and it was funny. Like, I realized people call it out loud, and I was like, damn. Yeah, I put that insecurity on you. Like that's on me. Cause it was so funny. It was so smooth the way it happened where I was kind of lost. I was kind of like not really even in the same mindset of what was happening. So by me not being on the same frequency with somebody, they were able to realize that they were projecting their insecurity onto me. And it was ironic that like it was like, damn, like 4 or 5 hours later, it turned into a self-fulfilling prophecy. What that person's biggest fear was that I would do turned out to be exactly what happened, like literally. But what's happening right now is to understand that because someone has a difference of opinion or a difference of action, or they look at an action that they do differently than the way you do, we have to understand that it's okay to be an individual and to be a boss, and to have a boss unite and be around another boss all at the same time. This is what the energy is happening right now. It's okay to be a boss and play with another boss right next to you and realize that both of y'all are fucking bosses and that big bosses can play together. Because in the past, a big boss would be like, there's only room for one of us in this town. And that's just ego battles that don't really have any place anymore, especially as we keep evolving and we start honoring our true intuition. I want y'all to take a moment to vote in the chat. I see everybody, 9 people out of 9 people right now is ready for their fucking future. This is awesome. Sagittarius moon has given us a little bit of this energy, this bump forward that says, hey, yo, this is what the future could look like. Are you ready? Are you ready? And I'm excited to hear something like that. After last night, player, it was me, Echo. It was me and my son, communication breakdowns and the body going through the changes. Boss. Yeah, that's a big one. I've been hearing a lot of this talk between mothers and fathers and their children. I've been getting this a lot, like on the background, just not really like publicly, like publicized, if you will. That like these are bosses and bosses, right? Think about it. A kid in a kid's mind is a fucking boss. You feel me? A kid in a kid's mind is a boss. They don't really answer or adhere to anybody except for their parent, which reality is also like it's a fake control, right? If you think about parents or teachers who like to control their students, or parents that like to control their students, both, in a sense where they can kind of gain a certain sense of authority over that child's imagination, because they might be ignoring their own imagination. They might be ignoring what they see in the child. And the child is a very triggering person. Like you get around a niece or a nephew, or you get a little sister who's like for me, it's like my little sister who's 15 years younger than me, 16 years younger than me. Sometimes she'd be talking to me and she'd be telling me so much straight truth that an adult wouldn't tell me, where it's like she's a fucking boss and I'm a fucking boss. So we could bang just for the fact that like, dang, like that hurt my feelings, boss. But really what it comes down to is to start accepting that her advice, no matter what her age, is just as valid. With children, we have to listen to them. The children, we have to listen to them. Let's level up and boss up. Hey, I want to make that mention one more time that like we have a retreat coming here in Puerto Escondido, Mexico. You always get events here in the Astro events list. You always get updates. But beyond that, there's also a presentation that you can kind of check out. On Saturday, Peace Dealer and I are going to go ahead and meet up. I think 10 a.m. on Pacific time. That's 1 a.m. on Eastern time. We're going to meet up. We're going to talk to y'all. That comment is pinned up at the top of the list, but I also dropped it one more time in the chat, and I say thank you. As I read some of these chats and see what they say. Aries, the rainbow expression, bang, let's level up, boss. Laugh out loud, echo, specs. Oh, the specs. Yeah, I just got the specs fixed. These are my real life, like blue light filter glasses. I had these for 3 years and I got them fixed for free. Viva la Mexico. Largo viva la Mexico. I gave the guy a tip anyways because he was so nice. He didn't need to fix them for free. Like that didn't make sense, but it's cool. I wish I knew earlier. The more I look to understand my past, the more clarity I have looking into my future. Absolutely. But it's not even for us to know. Understand this. We have to be very gentle, kind, and compassionate with ourselves. All things Piscean nature, Jupiter, Neptune, and Mercury is there. Right now, you have downloads that are coming that are legit ethereal. They are all things and everything at all time. It is God itself talking through you. All right. I want to see where Pisces is making some aspects right now. Okay. A tough aspects to our belief. Pisces is making a tough aspects to our belief. How we treat ourselves each and every day. We're having, again, legit lightning and cosmic straight up downloads. Lightning and cosmic downloads that are actually shifting and altering our beliefs and how we communicate what we believe. But there's some tension happening because it's a square. Oh, there goes one. That was somebody. I'm so sick of guy using me like this sometimes. This should be fucking annoying. But it's been helping. It's been helping me to just clearly talk to people, whoever it is. You know, a lot of times people I never get to meet, but it's cool. So yeah. We're literally being forced to surrender to God's way, to God's will. I can't even fuck with you. Technology is one of the things that's helping us to do such a thing. Like right now, I'm using YouTube technology to broadcast. All right, going to Gemini, Lilith. We have to watch for when we do this broadcast, we have to watch for Lilith when it doesn't feel loved. So when we communicate, what I want to say is communicate whoever you communicate with right now with love. As you communicate with love, understanding that there's less love out there, you're going to actually find yourself going through a more rapid download of healing. When I reconnected with him in my 30s, I really was able to like witness and recognize that, wow, this is what it's like when I actually don't just operate from my chaotic and destructive feminine energy and always being compassionate and kind. When I add a little bit of my logic and that masculine energy, greased up again, I know it's just crazy. They don't want the boy to talk. They don't want the boy to spit that shit. I'm spitting too much fire and I'm not even yelling at nobody. I'm just talking that shit. They want to freeze me up. It's cool. It's funny, like it's fucking Thursday night and I'm in one of the most popping cities in the world and I decided to drink tequila and talk to people on a fucking YouTube live. These are one of those things where it's like, look, you know, from what I understand, I'm on my last life cycle and it's like, I've already did it. I've already had my fun. I've partied. I've did the do. I'm here now to drink agave and spread the wisdom nuggets before I go wherever the fuck I go next. It ain't Earth. I'm really happy about that. And I'm starting to get sad about it at the same time. You froze a while. I know. I'm sorry. This is part of the consequence also of living in different countries. Like sometimes I don't always know what my home is going to provide. I mean, the Wi-Fi is supposed to be strong, if I'm being honest, but it looks like it's strong on that when you do the little testing, but it is what it is. Sometimes it actually has nothing to do with that and has everything to do with like, you're not supposed to hear certain things. You're supposed to get that little, and then God's like, take it away. They don't get to know. It's a foreshadow. There's a lot of Pisces energies in the sky. You know, if you knew all the answers today, see, this is kind of what's happening. Like, all right, like I might be a little bit less inhibited or prohibited, if you will, with the tequila in my system. So I might say and reveal more secrets of the universe on some real shit. Like Metatron came to me very clearly and said years ago, 2.5, 3 years ago now, you are the keeper of the secrets of the universe. And I was like, what the fuck? But there was one more person that was going to have to help me to keep those secrets, because otherwise my brain would fucking implode. And I actually think that like that person put up in my life, and this is kind of what I meant about fated connections. I actually met a spiritual librarian that I get to sometimes, like, if I'm being honest, like one of the most beneficial things is for me to actually feel comfortable with somebody enough as one of these fated connections to dump some of these quantum leaps out, not on the person, but to be mindful and dump it out of my mind in a way that reflects to myself, so that I can understand better the information, so that I can talk to you. So sometimes these freezes happen on WhatsApp or the internet, or fucking I get cut out of phone calls when I'm telling certain secrets of the universe, certain things that would quantum leap people. But you can't quantum leap until your body has undergone the genetic recoding that you can actually handle a quantum leap. It's like, look, you can't go from fucking 0 to 100 being the quantum leap real quick. Drake lied to y'all. Like, you really don't get to go 0 to 100 real quick. You might be able to go 0 to 100, but you can't go 0 to light speed without some training. Okay. So that's what that could look like. Self-centered. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for letting me know. I have Lilith in the 25th of Aries. Like, oh my lanta. Lilith in Aries sounds sexy. I mean, it also sounds ruthless, if I'm being honest. Like the salmon final lap upstream towards the bears in certain depth. Be still, speak it, teach it. Nice receiving with glasses. Yeah. Thank you. I'm happy to have my glasses back, because I get headaches when I look at the fucking computer without glasses. What I wanted to say for echoous expression as a mom is, like, you know, understand that your child chose their life path, and so did you. You also chose what you would have as a child, and y'all just came back as humans with these contracts. So it's less about, like, and I don't mean to say this, but I mean, it is what it is. Like, it's less to complain about it, and it's more to accept and really embrace the understanding of, why would I bring a child back who would not have a father or masculine energy present? Why would my child, and this could be more for your child to answer, why does my child decide to come back? And oh man, this is 8 o'clock. This might have to be me going out. You know, when you get to the bottom and you're like, do I really want to save that little bit? And I'm like, no, I don't want to save that little bit, so I won't. That might be me having to go outside tonight. And I've been outside already, but I've been inside the house for a long time. Agave. Yeah. When you answer some of those karmic questions, I had to do that for me and my mom, if I'm being honest. Like, why would I choose my mom to be this person? And when I understood and started asking those questions, shit got real clear for me. It really got clear for me. I really started to understand, and I start questioning, and I start bitching and moaning, honestly, because I was bitching and moaning about certain things. And reality, what needed to happen was for me to take a moment to realize, why did I choose her? Why did I choose my father? Why did I choose my sister and my other sister? Okay. And then everything started to make more sense. And I started to remember who I am. And that's the key. Remember that this is an experience, and it helps when we just take a moment to remember who we are, to remember why we decided to come back into this life and why we chose a particular astro chart or a natal chart. And if you want a reading for me to help you understand some of those karmas, go ahead and just fucking book your boy and hire me down below, because I'm free. I'm kind of lying. My calendar is open, but I learned to adjust around it. Like, I do adjust around it. So, like, I do like my lifestyle. I won't lie to you. All right. Maybe they want your strength. We share space. Don't take it. That's when my nostrils start flaring and may not remember what happened next. Yeah, echoous expression. You have a lot of Aries in you. You have that Aries Lilith, but do you have a lot of fire in you? My bad. Do you have a lot of fire energy in you that potentially somehow may be conflicted and unexpressed? Talk to me. Get a reading. That's blessed. Have a lot. Much love. That hit on target. I was called fat jokingly as a kid, and I took that to heart. That's what I'm talking about. Previously, work on the clear mentality. Yeah, fuck all that noise. Whoever called you fat, when we were growing up, I used to hear like, I'm not fat, I'm big boned. And, eventually I became an exercise physiologist and I started understanding what that meant. But my point behind that is and we got to be careful when we take on other people's projections, because even if you were not fat, you could find yourself deciding to go ahead and say, fuck it. Well, people are going, I think about this for myself. I was like, well, fuck it. People call me fat anyway, so I might as well be fat. And so for me, it was kind of like being a cheater, right? I was like, I never cheated on nobody. And it's like, well, people would look at me and treat me as if I would cheat on them no matter what. And I'm like, I never cheated on nobody in my fucking entire life. Like, I took that shit very serious and I took that shit very much to heart. And what that turned out to be was like, well, thank God I actually never ended up becoming a cheater. But, it got to the point where at least verbally, I would think to myself, like, well, fuck it. Like, you want to sit there and treat me like that? I'll show you one. And I'm also happy that I was able to accept that those thoughts came to my mind, but I didn't have to actually act on them. I didn't have to let them control me, because that's the truth. Those thoughts came to my mind. It's like, well, fuck it. You want to treat me like that? You're going to treat me like a liar and a thief and a stealer? You're going to treat me like that? And I'm going to act like that. And that's what part of my mind wanted to do. But I was also able to just witness, and recognize that I had those thoughts as thoughts, and realize that they were projected onto me. And realize that, like, no, P, you're not a cheater. No, P, you're not a liar. No, P, you're not this, that, that. No matter if these people are coming in, no matter if they're throwing these projections on me. So I'm really actually blessed and grateful that I was able to kind of somehow, some way recognize that. And I kind of apply that personal story of me back to you about being called fat. It's like, don't let yourself get fat because you accepted and embraced that somebody called you fat as a projection of their own internal world, feeling like something was overweight, which doesn't have to mean that person that called you fat could have been skinny, but inside there could have been something of an overweight mentality inside of themselves, right? Their parents, that skinny person, their parents in their household could have been like, fucking eat all of your plate, eat everything on your plate. Or no, it could have been opposite. It could be like, make sure that you only eat 20% of your plate, because if you eat any more than that, people are going to think you're poor. And so that person could have been like craving, in a sense, to eat and enjoy food like someone they perceived to have been fat, even if they were or were not fat. You could have just been somebody eating good, right? And that person really wanted to eat like you. So instead, they put their projection on you. So you have to be careful with stuff like that. Yeah, she's a fire dragon. Yep, blood of fire. Sun is a 2-4 manifester. I don't remember what 2-4 is, if I'm being honest. Manifesting generator. I act like an Aries sometimes. Tell him to believe it, to receive it, believe, and shoot your arrows toward love. Yeah. Air, earth, and water, you will be hearing from me. Thanks so much for opening the space. I've got a golden soul. I believe that. And I know we actually have golden particles in our heart. Did you know we have golden particles in our heart? No, I mean, I just feel like I have a heart of gold and I always have, but I didn't think I had real gold particles. I'm down for that. As in Aries, I feel that sometimes I want to retaliate more than I want to love myself. Understand that when Aries wants to retaliate, we have to realize that they're 0 to 2 years old. I have to realize it's about myself. There we go. Let it out, P. That one was for me. That was mine. I promise you that burp was mine. I'll let that out for myself. Because I like fucking destroying people. If I'm being honest, which I'm always honest, I love to destroy people. But I love to destroy people that want to fucking taint my name, that want to smear my reputation. I can't tell you throughout my career how many people try to smear my reputation based off their own insecurities. And I thank God that I didn't destroy them. And I won't lie, there are certain people that I sat there and I fucking took them out. But each and every time that I took them out, the magic of it is I took them out in a specific way. And the specific way I took them out was by forgetting about their existence. Now, there was a consequence to forgetting about their existence, okay? Because there were certain experiences that I needed to have. Because I didn't want to have the full experience by forgetting about them, I had to somehow, some way repeat that lesson with other people. So I will sit there and announce that part out loud. But I won't at the same time pretend that I didn't progress a tremendous amount by just realizing that, well, fuck it, I'm on to the next. And I'm not talking about the next person. I'm talking about the next adventure inward towards myself. So I wanted to state that and clarify that. Jessica Martinez. ¿Qué más pues? I want to receive more than I give. Also living your name, self-centered. Yeah. And you know what? The thing is, retaliation comes in a lot of ways. Like, that could come by you getting your fucking cake up, yo. Like, I know this is how men retaliate. If I'm being honest, if you're a woman and you broke a man's heart, he generally is going to retaliate by getting his fucking paper. He's going to say, you know what? Fuck bitches get money. Now, whether that's a healthy mindset or not, like, it kept him somehow, some way distracted. And like, I'm going to be honest, like, I'm not saying that that's the way for men or for anybody, but what I am going to say is, don't knock a distraction. Do be mindful of your distraction. I say this and I laugh because I've been hearing this term from multiple different women about distractions, dictations. Okay, literally like just taking a vacation on the dick, or taking the dick as a distraction in their life. So I've been literally hearing this recently, and I like laugh about this in a moment. So I would say be mindful about it, because I've also done that. Like, I've distracted myself with pussy. Like, it's happened. Like, it is what it is. Like, it has happened. And I really also realized that one is not a sustainable method. Two is not a very progressive method. It's a very loop. It's a hell loop type method. So be mindful of that. Taking your dictations or your pussy swap, call it what you want. I made sure on YouTube I put, no, this is not for children, because I'm like, I got too much of an Aryan type mouth. I mean, I am Aries and Mercury, so I'm going to speak the fucking truth. Unless we got GMOD'd out. I don't know what GMOD'd is. You're making me feel old. Am I that old? I don't know what that is. I'm sorry. I can't wait. I can't wait to hear more about your journey. Love you. Absolutely. You can always ask me about my journey. My journey is way too long for one breath, and it's way too long for one tea session. My journey requires a vacation. Yeah, to talk about. I feel that, especially this past Pisces season, I'm starting to love betrayal. Hell yeah, me too. Because I always level up. I love betrayal. Like, betrayal used to fucking break me up into little pieces that I couldn't find. And that was really annoying, if I'm being honest. It used to break me up into pieces that I couldn't find. And then betrayal started really becoming my best friend, because it's like, thank you for getting the fuck out of my life without me having to retaliate like an Aries and bust your ass and take you the fuck out my way. Because my way is very fun, but it also is not fully accepted in society. But y'all motherfuckers better watch out, because one day we're going to be martial law. And when we go martial law, all those motherfuckers that you wanted to shit on top of, who could have whooped your ass but decided not to because they didn't want to go to jail, but one day jail won't exist. When martial law hits, you better watch out. You better watch out when martial law your ass, because it will happen. I promise you. And I really feel like it'll happen in our lifetime. I feel like in our lifetime, we'll hit a martial law. In the US specifically, I'm talking about potentially after Pluto blows up and people can't handle it anymore. You better be careful of those nerds and those scientists and those smart Alex and those kind-hearted, warm souls, those people who will just heal you with their presence. You better be very careful, because if you shit on them, and you probably have, karma will pay its dues. You don't want to fuck with a water sign and the way they handle things, because there's no end. It's too deep. It's too deep. It's a never ending story. I love when y'all interact with each other in the comments. That makes me happy, by the way. GMO, like as in it's essentially everything. Oh, like genetically modified GMO? Is that the thing? Genetically modified organisms? Like as it is in everything. I mean, I live out of the country. I eat fruit. I eat fruit and veggies that has not been modified. I still don't know if that's what you're talking about. Know your devils. Yeah. That's another thing. Thank you, Jessica, for saying such a thing, because your devils, understand what they look like today. Your devils today, they look like, I'm gonna pull up the chart real quick. I want to see what happened. I want to see what the devils look like today. If I'm being honest, I want to see what they look like. We're gonna pull it up. Aries sun, 4th house, your home. Your devils look like the relationship you have with your household, your childhood, from 14 to 16 years old. What are you healing right now within the home? Okay. What are you healing within the home? So like today, I'll tell you one for me, from myself, right? All right. My mom's a Libra at the 29th degree. I think like the 4th house or the 5th house. I forget which house specifically. I think 4th house, Libra. And so, she put a lot of focus on the home, a lot of focus on her kids, a lot of focus on making sure that we fit the social image, right? This is 4th house, the home, Libra, is opposite of Aries. So this healing in my identity today, what this look like, I had to tell her, like, Mom, I need you to really, really start tagging me in your Facebook posts. I said, I know you love me. I know you're doing this because you're really proud of me and proud of everything that I'm doing and the life that I decided to live, which is very unconventional and different. But I need you, okay, to really stop, because here's why. And then I had to really take time to really recognize this and like bring it all together and what this means. And I was like, here's why we got to stop this. We got to stop this because this happened years ago. I've understood this years ago, but like I had the tagging conversation on Facebook. I was like, look, Mom, like my Facebook is like part of my business. I cannot be looking at fucking so many goddamn, I get tagged in everything. I'm like, I'm not even in the country, nor am I in the home, nor have I been for a long time. It's like, I see you, Echoist, you gotta go. Thank you for joining us. It's like, I haven't been here for a long time. I cannot keep up with my business and have this many Facebook notifications of every post being tagged, and I'm not in the photo. You just tag me to, like, I don't know why, like, to connect to the fact that this is your son. Like, glad that you give so much love. Absolutely happy about it. Like, not every mother is giving a child love, but there's also such thing as too much love. And so part of that boundary healing today for me had looked like in the home of me taking control of my identity, control being Capricorn, all right, permanent transformation, Capricorn being in Pluto, me taking control of my identity about what was happening in youth, because she was doing this in youth, right? Like, you get like it was like, if I get a good grade or I do an amazing project or a good job on something, everything had to be broadcasted to all of her social connections. And it's like, it created this sense of like, I needed to be polite and presentable in certain environments and be introduced to all these people, where it's like eventually turned up, be like, I don't want to fucking go with you. I don't want to go with you nowhere, because everywhere we go, it got to be this damn Libra show. And I'm like, I don't want to show out. I don't want. And so what that turned out to be a part of my personality was like having to learn how to be polite and be like, what do you call it? Be the nice guy. Okay, that's what it turned out to be, is the nice guy. But we all fucking know how the nice guy plays out in real life. In real life, the nice guy does not win. Okay, the nice guy gets shit on. Let's be honest. The nice guy gets taken advantage of. Let's be honest. Nice guy does not get the long-lasting relationship that he's actually happy in. All right, let's be honest. All things from childhood, like all that praise and fame, like instead I had to learn to just be the me. Okay, Chiron and Aries. Chiron and Aries right now that I just showed in the chart. healing your childhood traumas, okay? Healing that inner child within you and what you were going through in your home life. I saw Missy earlier talk about her father's coming in like 2 days, random surprise visit. Healing that home life, understanding that part of your wealth, your finances, your abundance lies and it'll rapidly come as you heal what your reputation looks like today. Who are you going to be on the public scale today? So publicly, if I'm popping up on Facebook in this particular example, me standing up for my identity and whatever annoyances or things that have afflicted and created certain wounds in my childhood around my social image and Capricorn, excuse me, boogers, get them out. All of that has now found a way to go ahead and through this certain conflict, which really wasn't much conflict at all, I just boldly going ahead and made that comment. And I've been thinking about it for a long time. I was like, I gotta tell my mom to stop fucking tagging me in these goddamn Facebook videos because I can't take it. I can't take it. I can't take it. It drives me crazy. It drives me crazy. It drives me crazy. It drives me crazy. And it's like, boom, all I had to do is go ahead and have that conversation. She said, you know, I fucking fully understand. She didn't really say fucking, but she said, I fully understand. She said, you got it. And it was just that simple. And so it requires us to boldly step into our identity, the character that we've evolved into today, the new fresh start as we push something forward, both cardinal signs of Capricorn and Aries, as we push something brand new forward. You can go ahead and heal. For me, in this instance, as I gave an example, heal my identity, heal who I am as a character on a public scale. Thanks, Echoes. Have a good night. What's up, Forest Fairy? Good to see you. Did that make any sense? I thank y'all all for voting as well. I see 12 votes. Everybody ready for the future. Everybody ready for the future. Everybody ready for the future. Listen, soil science and yes, GMO crap in the ground. Yeah, okay, I thought that's what it was. This is confirmation for me, Pernell. I have not participated in social media, and my oldest son gave me the greatest gift. He said, "Thank you for giving me privacy." They are still tech free. Listen, that privacy shit is important. Like, you know, nobody wants somebody to come into their room unexpected when they think they have their door closed. You shouldn't have to lock your door because you're afraid of somebody coming in there unexpectedly. You should be able to leave your door open because you feel comfortable with that, or even leave it cracked and realize, like, look, you know what, the people, you know, they're gonna keep walking and they're gonna do their best to intentionally not peek in my room, even though my door is cracked. Nobody wants to really leave the door closed all the time. And we all want to leave our fucking bedroom door open. Why do we close it? We close it because we're sick of people always invading our privacy, right? We're sick of people having to tell us to quiet the fuck down. So we try to preemptively quiet it down by closing the door. Or, you know, there's so many things behind that. So thank you for sharing that, because that's a extreme level of vulnerability to go ahead and speak up as a mom. I got a lot of moms on my channel. A lot of moms on my channel that talk about their children. I got a lot of moms on the back door, not on my channel, that talk about their children. I know a lot of fucking moms all my life, somehow, some way. I guess it's my Cancer in Mars 8th house, my South Node 8th house. And Cancer is like, I got cancer. I got, like, I'm a fucking mom. And so, yeah, like, I don't know, moms feel comfortable talking to me for some reason. If y'all know why, let me know. I think it's just because I step into my masculine all the time. Made sense. Some family wounds were triggered today. Yeah. Mostly centered around my siblings. Boom. I'm the fourth youngest. Absolutely. So let me ask you this, Fatima. I could probably help you live right here, right now. What does fourth house sit for you? What does third house, your siblings? Where does your siblings sit? Third house? Any third house placements you can tell me about? Maybe I can help you live right here on the spot. I'm the youngest of four. Okay. The youngest of four, that makes you the genius automatically. You were the standout fucking futuristic child who grew up way too fast and slow all at the same time. You got to be a kid. But at the same time, while getting to be a kid, you had the responsibility of knowing so much more than all your older siblings knew. Because you got the wisdom from them just by watching them. Mm-hmm. So you were the servant, the fourth kid. You were always serving your children. Right now, in this moment, on the full moon in Virgo, you realized, okay, illuminations, full moon. You realize that serving your siblings was a thing, to the point where I'm dead ass. I just saw myself on replay. I'm dead sitting here sipping agave, following up with the kiki, helping my digestive system. This shit cracks me up. I'm not gonna lie to you. I got a text I just discovered today. Maybe I shouldn't say this out loud. Oh, that's not that bad, but it's something about the stomach. So yeah, with your siblings, you definitely came to full realization on that full moon that you can't keep serving them in the way that you have been. You can't keep sacrificing yourself, and basically it has somehow in a negative way impacted your body, how you take care of your body on a day-to-day, how you communicate what you need for your body to be in shape, which ultimately is affecting your mental health. Whenever I see Virgo, I always go opposite side, being mental health disorder somehow, some way. And Pisces, if you do not take care of your body. You also got Venus in the third. Is that also in Virgo? If that's the case, then watching, if you do have Venus in Virgo, then it basically says that you watched your siblings and you were so super duper particular about everything you saw, so super duper critical. Critical. I don't know why I'm talking in that goddamn tone right now, but I feel like I talk in the tone when I talk about the Venus and the Virgo critical. You so critically judged them and watched every single little thing that what it did was it helped you to actually make certain systems to improve how you communicate. You were purifying your communication process. That's what was happening. You were purifying your communication process. You were taking in everything, all the details, you were analyzing it, and you were deciding to say, this belongs in the way that I talk about myself and serve myself. This does not belong because this does not serve me. Serve being key word here. You would have said, look, this is chaotic and I can't take this in my life. You would have been like, this is helpful and it improves my well-being. All of that shit would have been a part of the narrative. I thank you all for those thumbs up. Anybody on here, if you could just hit the thumbs up for me. I haven't said any of that earlier or at any point of this live, and I would appreciate it because obviously it would help the channel. So help your boy out. I thank y'all for the votes though. Shit super duper dope. I see 12 likes, I see 12 votes. So it seemed like y'all probably already did a lot of that. This is a good time before I get out of here to ask me any questions. I'm getting ready to turn this damn ring light off because I don't really like having this light on in my face so late at night. After tonight, don't leave your girl around me. You play it for real. That's my for real. This is me stalling in case anybody says they want to do something or they want to say something. I'm here for you. I'm done. I'm done on my end. Good time. You got about 30 seconds. There's a lag. So go ahead and type your questions out. I like that everybody's ready for your future. Okay. You deserve it. I appreciate you too. Thank you, Fatima, for checking in. I think I saw your name on the retreat. That would be really dope. I think I saw you on the retreat joint. I think y'all see 3 more thumbs up. I really appreciate that. Like, look at that. Oh yeah, this is the last thing I want to say. Don't be afraid to use your resources, to use your identity, to use who you are, and actually recognize that you know who you are. Recognize that you've already done the work. I really have to say this last piece. Thank you for whoever put that out there. I feel like somebody was maybe thinking about this. If you were, comment in the chat, because I just picked this up out of fucking space, time, and the whole continuum. I just said, bing, hit me in the head. Make sure that you respect your character in this RPG game. What do you see? What do you see for your future? I'll answer that right after this. Thank you, fairy. How about say fairy question? Thank you for that. Make sure that you, Capricorn, have realized everything that you've already done. All the work you've already put in, you earned what you put in. Everything that you feel worthy of taking credit for, that will be in your integrity, everything you feel worthy for taking credit for. All right. Understand that you only feel that way because you actually put the work in. You earned that success. My current success in the world and why I feel like my life is really one of ease in the moment, I'm almost like it's kind of weird for me to be embracing so much ease. Like I'm having more time in the middle of the day where I'm like, damn, like I got hella shit that I could always do, but I don't have anything that I have to do. And I'm smiling for that. Like I got hella shit that I could always do, but I don't have anything that I have to do. All my have to do duties are very, very like this. They're very minimal. Like I only have to do like 1 to 2 hours of something a day. People work 8 hours a fucking day, and I'm living a life in fucking, I don't know, 15 plus countries. And I have to do this much. I have to do this much. But to understand that I put that work in, okay, you're going to see this tomorrow when Aries is going to be in 10th house in the moon, the sun, career status, okay, really embracing this new start of your identity. For me, this is also part of this new start of my identity, this new start of like me actually honoring the worth that I have. And I've been putting all this work in, and some of my affirmations have been like that I deserve more than I think I do. I deserve more than I fucking think I do. I deserve more than I believe I do. And a part of that mindset has been opening more space for me to really start to feel, what does it feel like on this Pisces energy in the sky, to take an objective look at all this Aquarius energy in the sky. What does it feel like to be a fucking boss, P? What does it feel like to be a fucking boss? I'm going to say this very clear right now. And I'm saying this for a standpoint of like, I'm a fucking Aries. So if I'm not going to sit there and be the image and the ideal image of the Aries, then what am I doing with my life during Aries season? Boss type mentality. I don't want to answer to nobody. I don't even want to fucking work. I don't overly promote natal readings and astrology readings because it's like, look, I know what I can do in that. And when somebody's ready to go through their life and improve their status and improve their well-being and improve their understanding of themselves and go through some real life therapy, not that bullshit psychiatry theory they give you, I don't give a fuck what you're talking about. And everybody got a therapist, and it's cool. I ain't got no judgment about that. But if you want the real shit on some real shit, fuck with the real fucking people. Okay? But that's another story, because I ain't got no guidelines. Ain't got nothing that I gotta sit there and I gotta pause on. I'm not gonna be the one to sit there and try to play with your feelings and be like, oh yeah, Mary. Well, have you tried? I might say exactly that, but it's gonna be real. I'm not reading from a book. I'm reading from the fucking book of life, my real life experiences. All right, I just got super hot, yo. My whole body just cooked up on that message. I don't know why that came out, but it is what it is. I am what I am. The point that I make behind that is you no longer need emotional permission to act, be, feel, and step into the character that you have created. You have incrementally built this shit up. Nobody can take the credit for what you do. The money that you make right now, if you're proud about it, I want you to give yourself a motherfucking clap. Okay? Because you built yourself up to that status. Nobody else can tell you who you are, what you're worth. You built that. They didn't work your hours. Okay? They didn't put in your shadow work. They didn't take your time that you took to cry and to fucking bitch and to moan and to be fucking bitter about somebody that fucked you over. They didn't go through all that shit. All that watery shit is sooner than soon coming to a close, motherfucker. Every season has arrived. What a time to be alive. Come and check in on this live. You feel me? You earned it. Capricorn doesn't take, right now the moon is in Capricorn. It don't take no credit from somebody giving them something, okay? They take all the credit by when that full moon was in Virgo, they analyzed and came to a full illumination of all the work they have put in on their physical body that aided their mental health. Pisces, opposite of Virgo. Y'all took inventory and stock, and Capricorn moon is now allowing you to see what it feels and looks like, feels in your body to be at the top of the mountain. Today I went out and I bought myself ramen, and it was expensive for Mexican standards. And I didn't ask the price. I used to go to the restaurant and I would be like, yeah, well, how much does this cost? Because I want my food quick. I knew what I want. I said, look, I want a ramen with vegetables. ¿Tienes una sopa de verduras? Sin carne. Like you have fucking super vegetables without meat. I knew what I wanted. I didn't look at the menu because I know who I am and I know what I'm worth. I don't say this to sit there and brag, but it's like, let's be real. Like, let's be honest. Like, I'm a black boy from the East Coast of Connecticut and I'm an astrologer full time, busting YouTube. Is that a fucking job? Yes, bitch. Because I made it a job. I put the effort, the time, and the work in to make it a fucking job. So yes, it's a fucking job. And it's a lovely job. I don't even really go live that much anymore. It's great. It's freaking awesome. I get to pick and choose. But understanding that I earned that. I created and carved my life out. So my question for you is what life did you earn and create and carve out for yourself? And how can you go ahead and honor that process by really accepting and honoring what that identity looks like for you? This new character. This is a cardinal energy. The sun and the moon is in cardinal. This is forward, new, pushing energy. This starts new seasons. This is literally new seasons of your wealth. Capricorn. New seasons of using your resources. Hello, I'm 0 degrees Aries, and this is my first live. What's up, Tyrell? I am a 24 degrees Aries. You are at the very beginning. You are the real embodiment of an Aries. I'm a fake Aries. I'm an Aries getting ready to leave Aries and move into Taurus. I'm an Aries that has to finally actually come to its surrender. So I'm actually happy for you because that means that you get to bust head. I bust head in my younger days, but I couldn't continue because I'm at 24 degrees Aries. I had to surrender busting head and get into the more harmonious aspects of life. But I had my days. So I got you with the full green light, Tyrell. If you've ever whooped somebody's ass and somebody made you feel bad about it, understand that you were all within your right to act like a fucking baby in that moment and whoop their ass as the real God of War. Be proud of it. Jessica Martinez, Forest Fairy. I see what you see, Pernell. It's a beautiful vision, handsome man. Ooh, hey now, talk to me. Talk nice to me or talk dirty to me. It's Thursday night, baby, and I'm at home. I see you as an innovator in the astropsychology field, industry innovator. Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm trying to do my best to just talk about astrology, but also like take all that extra jargon out. Like I don't need to be talking to you about all these oppositions and trines and sextiles and fucking kite squares and fucking there's a lot. Like I just rather break that shit down to y'all and then give you the real. You asked me a question for us, Fairy, that I forgot. And the question was, what do you see for your future or some shit like that? Thanks for a beautiful moment to be free from obligations. Absolutely. Shit. Fuck the obligations. Let's see you, Pharaoh Love. I lost your comment. I lost the comment. Where is it? Consider confirmation for me. I read that already. You asked me something. Did you delete it? Okay. What do you see for your future? Yeah, ready to step into my power more, Fatima. I see you. Thanks for this live. Absolutely. What do you see? What do you see for your future? Okay. Pisces moon, Gemini ascendant, Libra, general message. Bang. You're a Pisces sun. Oh, okay. Boom. Gemini moon. Ooh. I know what that means. Ascendant in Libra. Okay, cool. I'm excited to hear more from you. Thanks for a beautiful moment, free of obligations. Okay. What do I see for my future? This is the question I'm gonna answer next. And as I read this last couple comment, Indigenous children. Yeah, Sagittarius, flame on. Yes, martial arts. I love it. In the house. All good. What's up, fam? Hell yeah. Yo, I've been telling people, and the turtle stands for like close the book and talk and write about a new story. Okay. Close the book and talk about writing a new story. You got a lot of wisdom under your shell that you've collected. Close the book, talk about a new story. Let that be your art and to manage that emotional energy through martial arts. That's the message that I just got downloaded to tell you. I see you, Pernell, Sagittarius first house. Me too. Having the arrows. I got second house in Lilith. Sag Lilith, second house. Gang, gang. These are some of the things that can make sex like play. I had these conversations with people, and other people really feel that like sex don't always got to be so serious. It can be play, but at the same time, like it gets to a point of ascension where I myself ascend even the physical body of sex, which is really what the stage I'm at right now, which has been allowing me to really help more the divine feminine, to lead them as a masculine figure where they can really feel safe. That like, okay, look, I'm a fucking sexy man. That I'm not gonna fuck you. like, it's just like keep it super clear. I had this guy press me the other day who was living in my house. I got like a shared kitchen, and he was like, "Are you looking at my girlfriend?" And I was like, "Well, if you want me to tell you the truth, your girlfriend was looking at me. But hey, fuck it, I'll leave you alone with that." And I was like, "No, bro, I don't even fuck girls." I literally told him that, and it was the truth. It was like, I don't even fuck girls. Like I have, I like it. I'm just not interested in women. It just is what it is. Like I'm not interested in engaging in these sexual intercourse and wasting my time with these dick distractions or these pussy distractions or these pussy vacations. Like I got a mission, I got a purpose. I know where I'm going that way. I got time for that. So that's how that Sag progresses because it always expands. So like, I say that to say like, yeah, even within that expansion, the day that I do have sex again, which would be great, but I actually really don't have any desire, if I'm being honest, like literally like zero. Like it's weird. Like twice this whole month, I had like a desire to have sex, but it went away rather quickly. Okay, I just went on a fucking tangent. I see you, handsome man. Okay, my point behind this is to answer a question: where do I see going in the future? Really, the future. Part of it I don't want to share. Part of it I don't want to share. But what I will say is what that leads to is, and there's a reason I don't want to share. It's actually more of a security reason, if I'm being honest. So I'm gonna focus on the security of my now people that I care for, and also my unborn. So for part of that, I'm not going to share. But what I can share about where I'm going in the future, to be honest, I would like to run 2 to 3 retreats a year, and it's very hard. I need a partner to do that so frequent. I can't do that by myself. I can't run that many by myself because there's a lot of work that I put into retreats. It's a lot of effort behind the scenes that no one ever really gets to see. It takes a lot of energy, but I would like to run more a year. So far, I've only been running like 1 a year, and that's just about the capacity that I've been able to do on my own. Okay. And with that being said, other than retreats, I want to explain more of the reason why and how I'm going to make that different. I'm having a lot of people that I've been investing in and talking to. And we're talking like Reiki farms as a part of it. So being able to run own farms where we run more Reiki retreats. I'm really phenomenal with my hands. Okay. Like me and my hands, like when I get to physically, whatever you get from online, for me, like it's great. It's dandy. I'm happy for it. But I can promise you this, like, when I get to put my palms on somebody, they literally just see the light. It's just a simplicity. Like I never used to understand how powerful my hands were, and I stopped touching people when I did. I stopped touching people when I understood what I could do with my hands. And this is kind of where like part of it, like I had to Sagittarius ascend and break the boundaries of like sexual relationships and really just falling for the lower level Aries, which I'm a lot of Aries. I'm 3 Aries. The lower level Aries impulse to satisfy its desire now in the moment, and to let those desires be observed and watch it and absorb it. This is happening because right now we're talking about the astrology update for 2022, end of March. You're coming to a full surrender with Pisces season. That Rahu and Ketu is in Aries and Libra. So what does that mean? This means that the snake, okay, the serpent energy, which is positive in different ways, and in other ways, for the ways I'm using right now, you got to remember the parasites that will attach onto you that do not have a spine, and attach onto your spine, which is your sexual sacred energy. And as they do such a thing, they begin to control you. They control your mind. They control your sexual drive, specifically because through alcohol and marijuana and sex itself and other different forms of escape, you are creating yourself susceptible to what is called, at least in biblical terms, the beast. And that beast is, for the next year, in like 3 to 4 months, or a year to 6 months, year and a half, is really strong right now. It's raging. and sexual temptations are tremendously high. If you fall for these sexual temptations, you will fall back inside of the hell loop. Okay, like you were falling back inside of the hell loop, because with Taurus and the North Node, this is part of the astrology update. Where you're looking at is finding more sacred forms of sexual pleasure, more tantric feeling forms of sexual pleasure. So for me, part of myself in the future, I've actually been putting this out on some of the readings. I'm really looking to kind of be like, in a sense, like a tantric husband. And I mean this in a sense of like, one, for starters, I'm going to meet people, and I have been one-on-one. At the time being, if I'm being honest, like I'm only really comfortable doing this at this stage with women, if I'm being fully honest. But like exploring touch, but not just touch, because touch is only a part of it. Like this is a complete and utter non-penetration type pleasure, if you will. But exploring touch in a sense where like, you know, being willing, something simple like hugging people, something simple like putting your hand on somebody's back, and you know, getting rid of those narratives of like, oh my god, like this guy's a creep or blah 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 blah. It's like, you know, there are a lot of people that are ready to actually be intimate in the world, and intimacy doesn't require penetration. It doesn't require you to actually fuck somebody, right? And so like this has been a part of like what I've been in the future kind of calling in. But at the same time, like it has to be a very specific few people or a very specific type of person, because energetically I don't really want to be refusing people like that on one level. On the second level, like some of this, and if I'm being honest, some of the funds that come from this are being invested in back-end projects like um, hard assets, let's say real estate, like a safer hard asset. Okay, so like taking certain different cryptocurrencies and transmuting that energy from the crypto world into hard assets that are reliable and not so volatile, something that can be managed and run over time for the long run. But as some of these properties are built and filmed, or filmed, where that come from? Well, because I like to do film. So this is a part of where I'm going in the future. As I free up my time in these other areas of like, let's say astrology or one-on-one clients, readings, or like doing group ventures, what that looks like on a different scale as I move forward into the future is like kind of really back to those Reiki farms, like having larger groups of people that we can take through their spiritual awakening. Everybody's waking up very, very fast at an accelerated rate. People are taking quantum leaps that are that's at a rate that's completely unfathomable at this point. If I'm being honest, me myself included, it's like fuck, I'm jumping through portals like left and right, and it's like I'm not even here. Like this moment always comes with like people want to touch me, and they're like, "Are you fucking real?" And I'm like, "I don't know. Like, did you feel me?" But it's happening, and I understand why they feel that way too, because I feel that way sometimes. I'm like, where the fuck am I? So like, where am I going in the future? Really, it always is going to lead back to running groups and communities in an organized and practical way. This is part of my best gift, if I'm being honest, is to organize large groups of people who would never talk to each other, and get them to really survive the transference from third density to 4D, 5D, 6D, you know what I'm saying? Which a part of that is requiring us to basically lay down our sexual desires on a physical, I want to say penetration standpoint, because sexual energy is beautiful. If I'm being honest, like the woman's body for me is absolutely beautiful, like all forms of it, all shapes of it. It's absolutely gorgeous. Even honestly, the male body for me, like it's absolutely gorgeous. It's beautiful in all shapes, all forms, all scales. Like me, myself, I'm not fully like into the male scene like that, but at the same time, like I'm also tremendously open. Like it's just a matter of like, you know, most of the gay guys I've ever met are like, they throw their ass at me, like just because they did it and they gave it to me simple, quote unquote, that I'm supposed to take it. And it's like, I don't give a fuck about that, homie. Like I don't do that shit for women, and I like women way more than I like men. So, you know, full circle is like, come correct, first off. And so where I'm going in the future, really what it looks like is I really want to say Reiki farms, like running farms where we get to run these wide scale retreats for people who can come and really disconnect so that they can reconnect, so they can go through the reprogramming process and phase. That was a super duper long tangent. I have a very playful imagination station. That's fucking funny. I've been on that same vibe since. Let's see, Pernell, Sag House. I read that. Indigenous Children Story Time. Bang. It's midnight here on the East Coast, and I have to get to bed. The carriage turns around into a pumpkin. It's funny as shit. Thank you. I see some spiritual, sexual growth, sacred, tantric ascension, and have been coming on to me strong. And I have been turning them down within my spirit. I felt that these have been tests. They've absolutely been tests. Yes, Indigenous Spirit and Children's Story Time. Lots of men have been coming into my DMs. I haven't even been in a sexual mood. You know what I'll say about that? I've never honestly been the guy to get into somebody's DMs. If I'm being honest, I don't even have Instagram. So like nobody can really get into my DMs, and YouTube doesn't have a DM. And no one really gets into Facebook DMs unless you're fucking bold. I do know a couple jokers that get into Facebook DMs and they be banging moms and they're like, it's like their thing. But like outside of that, like, I mean, I don't have IG. I feel like IG is like really we get into the DMs. I don't have TikTok either. I only have YouTube. I'm fucking weird, I guess, on all these technology fronts. So I haven't been a part of that wave. And women more classically don't get into men's DMs, or at least not mine's. They didn't get into my DMs. Shit, like, I mean, thank you for not distracting me. It's been Facebook. Yeah, yo, are you a mom, Fatima? Out of curiosity, because I tell you, like, I know guys that be fucking getting into women's DMs on Facebook, and they be serious about it. Like, they're like, they're highly successful. So you turn them down. Understand how much of a rarity and an icon that makes you. People you grew up with. Yeah, fuck all that noise. People I grew up with don't even fucking try to come out my way because they know. They know. Yeah, don't answer. That's silly. People I grew up with, they don't even try me. They don't even talk to me. They treat me like I'm an alien because they know that I am what I am. They saw me in high school. They see me now. They saw me before I saw myself. And so at this stage of my life, they don't even try. They pretend I don't exist. Yeah, and it is unfortunate to hear that because I do know that people begin at moms. Like they really like the whole MILF thing, right? Like, yeah. The block button is fun on Instagram. That shit is funny. Yeah, see, these are problems like I don't have. Like, I don't have these problems. I blocked a couple of people on Facebook. But if I'm being honest, it was primarily ex-girlfriends as I was going through my transcendence. I was like, I don't got time to be trying to think about what could have went better or what went wrong or this and that. Like, I do think about that on my own, but I do it without the influence of somebody trying to make me jealous or photos and this and that. I'm like, I'm not going to play petty games. So there's only like 6 or 8 people, and I blocked a boss one time because, yeah, that's a different story. He was a big boss. I blocked him more, if I'm being honest, because I was afraid. He had way too much money, and if he decided to, he could have tried to destroy my life, and I wasn't playing that game, so I just hopped out early because I watched him destroy somebody else's life. So, but that's a different story, and he was on a different boss level. And then the question also comes, like, anybody that's destroys anybody's life, how much of a boss are they? I don't know, but I have respect for him. If I'm being honest, full respect. He taught me a shit ton. I thank you all for voting. I see 15 votes here. I see y'all all currently here. I think I told you the last part that I really wanted to say, other than the fact that when you have your friends pop out, let's say specifically other boss type mentalities, other boss type people, when you have them pop out and try to give you advice on something, be very mindful that there's going to be a little tension with this, but there's a learning and a growth moment to that personal and that specific experience. There's a growth moment to be had. Don't reject people right away. And if you do, ask yourself, why am I rejecting this so quickly? Why am I rejecting this really without tact? And realize that it may have triggered you, but did it trigger you? Or, was it really beneficial? Because right now there's a young, naive energy, Aries sun, and there's an old grandpa type billionaire energy who has wisdom. I want to say billionaire grandma energy who has wisdom, Capricorn. And both of them have something to offer. The old has to learn from the new, and the new has to learn from the old. And the new fresh start, cardinal energy pushing forward, Aries and Capricorn, cardinal energy pushing forward. The new fresh start looks like us accepting and embracing the tension that comes with old energy meeting new energy, babies meeting grandparents, grandparents meeting babies, and then like millennials having to kind of be in the middle of the whole thing and find a way to bridge the gap. This is like Pluto and Capricorn generation. It's completely unfair on your generation. It is what it is. Like y'all got the shit into the stick, literally, with part of the anus being ruled by Scorpio. You got the shit end of the stick. Agave, check. It's 1111. Gang, life path number. Please do hit this thumbs up and hit this like one last time while you're here. Go ahead and help your boy out. I have officially, some parts of me like I've officially finished my bottle of tequila. Some parts of me wishes that I had motivation, energy, and like I got energy. I don't have motivation to like go out and like do something. But then like I'm also at that like point in my life where it's like, bro, you know you just want to go to bed, right? Like you don't want to be out. You don't want to spend money on some dumb, stupid shit. You don't want to regret nothing. You're gonna go to fuck to bed. It's some of that grandpa energy taming some of that young 0 to 2 energy. If I want to go explore something new and this and that, that Aries young energy. Respect your mentors right now, but also respect your students. Who are the students in your life? And this could be your child. This could be somebody who was once upon a time your teacher. Who are the mentors in your life? This could be a legit teacher or coach, mentor. Respect them, especially if you initially get angry and want to go, ugh, at whatever they said. Take a moment to chill and realize that like you got angry for a reason. Why did that person anger you? And realize that if you can learn how to get those two energies in alignment, you're going to be able to push forward like no other. You're going to be able to basically create a plan, an ambitious plan of what your legacy looks like going forward in the future. Aries, Capricorn coming together. And you have the firepower to basically blaze a canal of energy. I know Jessica calls this controlled fire. If you can control fire, you're a god. This was cool. I enjoyed this rest of your night. Enjoy the rest of your night. I'm about to smoke and sleep. Yeah. I'm about to definitely hit the bowl. That's what's gonna happen. I was legit planning. I was just planning on doing a comedy show. I chose not to, and I'm here live with y'all. Yeah. Let me ask you this, Pharaoh Love. Are you down? I've been watching your energy here and there. I like what I see. Are you down to come live with me? Do you have a story that you would like to share? You have a story that you would like to share with the people, with the public, something that we like to speak on live here on my channel? I would like to invite you in, you specifically. I've talked to you a little bit. I like what I see. I think you're dope. I think you got a lot of knowledge, got a lot of wisdom. Hey, Pharaoh Love, nice to meet you. And I would like to have you come on here. I see you already have, I see you on your channel, you're talking about astrology here and there, so you have some knowledge on astrology. Man, when I tell you I'm living a strange neighborhood situation, like all these windows be wide open, and like the things you see when you're overseas, you got different cultures, they got different understandings. You know what I'm saying? It's like literally me looking out my window, like, which is pretty much that way. It's just so interesting what I see. I can't even explain more than that in the moment right now because I'd be shooting myself in the ass. But it's interesting. And the neighbors know my name. They be screaming, scratching, yelling. And the neighbors know my name. They be screaming, scratching, yelling. Hey, I'm out. I was having fun with y'all at the last minute. I see y'all soon. I choose not. And I'm here live. No, I read that already. I read that. Hey, I see y'all. I thank y'all. I appreciate you for being here. Tomorrow morning, definitely check. I'm going to drop it here just in case. Definitely check tomorrow. This premiere, I think it's only like 13 minutes long, but it's going to be absolute game changer on some real shit. It's going to explain really what this Cap Moon and this Sag Moon looks like. I will be open to come live with you. Yeah, you got my number, so shoot me a WhatsApp. Let's keep it simple. I'll see y'all soon. Go ahead, click that link. This is the Capricorn Astro Moon download. I'm gonna really just drop these Astro Moon downloads. I'm gonna do my best to keep up with every moon. I might miss one. If I do, fuck off, suck a nut, and you'll be good. But this one's actually talking about specific investments, future investments, to be more precise. I did that. I'm really happy with this video, actually. I did look at a little bit of astrology prior to that on live, and that came in as a channel message, pretty much like all my messages. This is why I haven't been live very much lately. Like nothing has been coming through for me on live. It's like I've been having to do backdoor shit, but I think backdoor shit is kind of coming to a close here and there, little by little, brick by brick. Full circle. I'm excited. I'm blessed. I thank y'all for being here. I thank y'all for hitting those thumbs up and those likes. If you're looking for an astrology reading, you want to book with me. As for now, those are open. That is something possible. There's no signs indicating that I'm going to close it, but when it does happen, I will announce that and I will say closed. And but for now, I put myself at a cap of 3 a month. I think 2 happened. So, oh shit, that means 1 more. So if I'm really staying in integrity, that means that within this month of March, I'm only going to take 1 more. Because mind you, I got other projects that go on that have nothing to do with me taking on readings. So basically there's 1 more reading within March, which is only 7 more days. So it's not like, ooh, but in April, we'll kind of reset that counter. I'll take on 3 more or less. So I'll see you soon. I thank you. Ciao.